Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. Welcome to another episode of Something New Live, The Why. We have a fabulous show here today. We're not exactly sure what we're talking about, but it's going to be really good. So Scott MacGregor, my co-host, is here. He just came in.
Sidekick,
my sidekick's co-host. We have another co-host who's not a sidekick. She's actually a co-host. Here she is, Allie Fisher. Welcome to the
sidekick.
So we had a morning call at 9:30. I was wearing this. You guys were not wearing what you're wearing right now.
Because when we co-host a show, we show up as fresh.
I love a good turtleneck.
I didn't know there was a wardrobe change.
You know what my shirt says today, Scott? I know you love my shirts.
I do.
It says "For Fox's sake."
Love it.
You're everybody is narrow, so we can't see.
Yeah, we're too narrow today to see, but we'll see later. So today we're going to talk about some interesting things on
Sammy's on already.
What's that? Sammy's on already? Oh wait, not to mention there's someone yelling downstairs because I have three men here. Three. Hi, I'm on a live podcast. So I have handymen here doing work on the dishwasher. They can't get it in. So this is my life. I want you to know they can't get it in. So he's yelling now downstairs for me. And I told him I was going live. But anyway, Sammy's already on. That's fabulous. Hello. Hi, my son. He's Rhonda. How are you? Hello. Melody from Massachusetts.
Rhonda.
Nice to hear from you as always. I love when people pop in and say hi. So I wanted to talk to you guys because this week it's like sort of Thanksgiving week, and there's a lot of gratitude and words of gratitude being thrown around, but it's a very strange time for everyone. So with the pandemic and everything going on, including the multiple handymen in my house who can't figure out the dishwasher, and every time we have a live, it seems there's more people in my house trying to do things. I know, this is my life. I think it's a time to be extra grateful for one another and for families and the people around us and our people we work with and all the people that we can be, show our gratitude for. But I think that there's a lot of people out there that really need an extra push right now. And I wanted to talk to you guys because a lot of people aren't going to be with family next week. They're not, we're not able to get together with extended family. Some of us are even the people closest to us we can't be with. And I think it goes to say, that it's a very strange time. And how that relates to work is that it's often hard for some regular people to get motivated. So I wanted to talk to you about sort of this mental state that everybody's in and how we can keep our motivation up and how you in particular stay motivated during these kind of dark times. Allie, would you like to start?
Yeah. I'd love to talk about gratitude. I think that's a fantastic conversation starter. I actually posted, I don't know if I posted specifically about gratitude today, but I did post about how COVID has created this strange sense, I think, of camaraderie where people are all in it together. I mean, it gives me a sense of solace to some extent. I mean, not that other people are going through shit and so am I, so that's great, but I think when other people are facing similar things to you, whether it's homeschooling your kids or job loss or financial strain or, heightened sense of anxiety or, sickness, death, not being able to see your loved ones, it's like strength in numbers. So, that gives me, I guess maybe more hope that we're all sort of struggling and doing our best together. And I love hearing and seeing and listening to people talk about their stories of resilience, because there's so many out there about how people have faced some really difficult times over the last 6 months. And it's not new to COVID. It's just more heightened, obviously.
It is more heightened. And it's just very interesting how people are reacting. And I think it's so, we are better together. Look at, is that
Something
Albert?
new?
Is that Albert that's commenting?
Maybe it's Kathy.
It could be.
Unless it's
could be.
not secretly.
It's amazing. We are better together. And I think that that's such an important point. We have another comment too. I don't feel like we're in this together. I feel like some of you are privileged and those of us who are a little bit less financially stable are really struggling. Okay, well, that's one way to look at things. And I completely understand that. I think there are people that are less fortunate and really struggling. And I can totally understand that and relate to that. So, you know, we're with you.
Can I just talk about that for 1 second?
Sure.
I think, you know, I always think of us, we're all in this huge line, you know, so I don't know how many people there are in the world, but there's a lot. So we're all in this huge line. And for, you know, with the exception of, I guess, the person in the very front of the line and the person in the very back of the line, you know, there's always people in front of you, there's always people behind you. And I always know that in my worst times, there are millions of people behind me that would trade places with me in a nanosecond, despite the fact that I may be going through a struggle. And I think that always, it never makes me feel like a victim, because I'm focused more on how grateful I am to be in the position, whether my position is like I'm third from the back of the line. That means that there's 3 people behind me that would trade places with me like that. And I think for most of us, you know, we're not even close. If you're really out there, I was just in Philadelphia this past weekend, and you know, my heart went out to, there was so many homeless people on the streets of Philadelphia. Obviously, you know, where I am in life is a quantum leap from where they are. And then, you know, there are other people that are quantum leaps ahead of me. But I think it's like, for me, always keeping that in mind.
A lot of it does come down to perspective and how much you know, kind of the way you look at things and your mindset too. I think, you know, your mindset really matters. And the way that your perspective is on your life. I mean, everybody it all goes back to gratitude, and it all goes back to, you know, the fact that we feel so grateful for what we have every day, and we give and we help others. It's all about perspective. That's what Andrew just said. And hi, shout out to Steve Bueller from Canada. Thank you for coming and saying hi. This is time to, this is time to double or triple down on ourselves, self-belief, self-compassion, strong inner circle. It's time to be creative and level ourselves up, others, and everything we're building. That's very true, Michael. He always makes such good comments. Yeah, it is. It's a definite time to be grateful for what we have. And it all comes down to that. And I think that a lot of people, and that's why what I think, coming back to something new, why it's so important. And everybody talks about, you know, your team there and what do you guys have, and you have something so special and what you're building and everything. And I think a lot of it does come down to our mindset and our perspective on things and the way that we show up every day. It's so important to show up every day, and like Ali said, like, we all have a lot going on. This is not like, you know, where I have someone doing everything for me. Like, the kids are basically hanging from, you know, the lampposts and the chandelier. And, you know, I don't know what's going on with homeschool, but my son missed his meeting this morning. I don't know. There's a lot going on. There's handyman, there's people, there's lots of things happening. And it's like, we still have to show up. You all have things in your life. And I'm so grateful that I have this opportunity to be with like-minded people that just want to build and show gratitude each day. So that's sort of my point of getting back to something new.
Yeah. And I think, you know, you have to love those around you. I mean, that's what I shared this morning, you know, hug your kids tight, you know, kiss your spouse passionately, you know, really show the people in your life, not just tell them, but really show them how much you are grateful, how much you appreciate them, how much you love them, and fall back on that. I mean, that's what gives me the greatest joy, is surrounding myself by people that make my life a more beautiful, joyous place. Because there's so many other things that are awry on a daily basis. And you can be grounded in the things that you know bring you true joy and happiness. And oftentimes, for many people, it's family and loved ones, your teammates, your work, whatever it is, find solace and beauty in that, and have that be your rock.
Scott, what drives you each day, both in life personally and professionally, to get up and keep doing it? I mean, you've had a lot of trials and tribulations in your life, and you're building something huge right now, and there's a lot of moving parts. And I think that a lot of people I know that I do, get overwhelmed by a lot of moving parts. And sometimes it's easy to fold and say, you know what, I don't want to do any of this. I can't do it. It's too much, and not see the big vision. How do you kind of keep your vision, keep your eye on the prize?
I'm a very good compartmentalizer. So I think when you let everything fall into one bucket, life can get pretty overwhelming. And 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2 anymore. 1 + 1 equals like 167. And I think it's just really understanding that a business problem is just a business problem. An issue with your kids is just an issue with your kids. A disagreement with your spouse is a disagreement with your spouse. If you all lump it into a ball, like, it gets very overwhelming. I think if you just take everything and deal with it on an individual basis, it becomes less overwhelming. And I think a lot of it too is, if you have, whether you call it a North Star or your why, or if you really understand, like, what am I doing? What am I trying to accomplish? For me, I want to do great things from a business perspective so that we can give back in a more substantial way, so that we can impact as many people as we possibly can. So that's kind of constantly in my head. It's like, why am I doing some of the things that are hard, or you probably don't want to do? It's because I'm focused on that goal of impacting a lot of people, giving back to great organizations. And it makes the things that, I remember just as a high school football player, it's like, we wanted to win a state championship. Did we want to run wind sprints after a 3-hour practice until your lungs were about to come out? No. But are you willing to do it because your goal was to win a state championship? Absolutely. So, those people that wanted to put in the sacrifices are the ones that also at the end got the reward of, being a champion.
I love what Howard just said, by the way. You want to put that
I know.
up,
I was going to pull it up, but I didn't want to interrupt him. But also, Andrew said 100%, Scott, true perspective allows you to do that. Thank you, Andrew, for your comment. Howard said, I think we all have an opportunity to come out of COVID-19 with a better future, more empathy, more understanding for others. I think to date, it's been all about chasing the dollar. This is a chance for us to step back and look at what we have and be grateful, enjoy life for what it is. I've been saying that on almost every podcast that I've hosted or been interviewed on, just saying that if there's any kind of silver lining with all of this, with everything going on, even the horror with it, coming out of it with more compassion and empathy for others, and in leadership, doing the same thing, kind of looking at your people and your team and the people you work with, and having sort of an understanding that everybody is just people too. We're all human. And I think there's a better understanding of that coming out of this.
Things were problematic in the workplace before COVID. These are not new problems that are bubbling to the surface. I just think that people now are not tolerating the same things that they did before. I don't want to return to the same type of work environment that we had before COVID. I think it's better that leaders are being forced to address parental issues and mental wellness and elderly care and all of these things that they've never had to address in the past. It doesn't mean that they shouldn't have. I just don't think that there were the power of numbers that there are now. I don't think employees are going to tolerate the same sort of things. Lack of flexibility, lack of remote work, lack of understanding of what it's like to be a parent. And that doesn't mean that people that aren't parents don't also have struggles. You don't have to have kids in order to have concerns and struggles.
Absolutely.
So it's,
and I think the curtain seems to have been pulled back. It's like there were blinders on before, I think, and this has really been eye-opening for a lot of people. And for that, I have gratitude, for that portion of it, even though there's a lot of horrible things going on.
Yeah.
For that portion of it, I'm super grateful, because I think, I'm such a mental health crusader, and I think mental wellness is so important. And in the workplace, especially, and I see how I'm driven and how I drive myself and how I push myself, and there are unhealthy ways. And it's like, now there's more people around me saying, take a break, drink your water, self-care, whereas before it was like this vision of just put your head down and bury, that old mentality of just go, 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 and never stop. It's like, I remember talking to you for one of the first times, Scott, ever talking to you. And you were like, the people that I work with, like, I want you said to me something along the lines of like, I want you to be the PTO mom. Like, I want you to do what you want to do here, and what we're going to make this into something huge. But like, I want you to be the home.
Not at the sacrifice of your.
Right. Not to not be the mom, not to not be the partner, or the daughter or the friend. And that stuck with me. I don't know if you've kind of always had this mentality, or if you've really changed has COVID impacted the way that you lead, would you say?
I think I've always been like
You're
that.
One of the good ones.
I was
one of the good ones. So
yeah.
No, even in my past life, I went to an office every day that was 45 minutes from my house, or I was traveling, all over the country. But I never missed a school function. I never missed a game that my kids played. I probably rarely even missed practices and things like that. It was just a priority. Unfortunately, I didn't have a CEO who was overly supportive of those things. But I kind of marched to my own drummer, and it's probably why I'm not a great employee. I just did it anyway. And, luckily we were successful from a sales perspective. So I got probably some leeway that I may not have gotten if we didn't have that same level of success. But I did those things because they were important to me. And I think,
that's part of your why. That's
well, in starting something new, to think that people have a work life and a home life, and that they're these separate entities, is just crazy. It's just not dealing with reality. So why would you do that? I want people to, it's one life you're living. And yes, you may be concentrating for chunks of time on work stuff, but you've got to be able to, live your life that includes everything: kids, spouses, good stuff, bad stuff.
We tell people not to suppress things. It's the same concept. If you're forcing people to check their lives at the virtual door, you're forcing them to suppress a part of who they are. It's not healthy.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
It's not natural.
It puts us all on the same page. It evens the playing field, to make it be more real. Scott, speaking of being real, that's not a Dallas Cowboys sweatshirt. We all know you're a Viking. I'm just curious as to, is that like a Converse All-Star? What sweatshirt is that you're wearing?
It is not. So I can't see. So my name is on here. So I can't see if people can see. So it's a star. It says established 2020. So we've been teasing for a while that we have a major announcement coming, which we're going to announce by the end of the year. This is a piece of swag that has to do with that. And there's a patch on my shoulder here that would really give it away what it is. But it's something that we're super, super, super excited about. I'll leave it at that. But it's going to be a game changer, and I think people are going to be really thrilled with what we have.
Where's your face, Guy?
We've been working tirelessly on putting this together, and I think it's really going to be something special.
It definitely is. Yeah, I mean, so Allie, what do you think about the new announcement? I know you're not allowed to say much, but what are your thoughts on the?
Yeah, we're all under a gag order.
Yeah, we are.
It's going to be epic. Yeah,
Scott MacGregor made us swear. We made a pact. We're not allowed to tell.
Yeah, there's no NDAs. This is like pinky. This is pinky swear.
I know. We work off the honor system. It's okay.
Way more than an NDA.
So
yeah, it's going to be game changing. I can say that
it is. In the effort to just keep us on this, we don't have that much more of a show left, but more. I have two things I want to do. I have these love notes that I draw for people, and I wanted to draw you each one today because we're not going to have a show next week. It's the day after Thanksgiving. It's Black Friday.
Oh, true.
So, I mean, we might. You never know with us. We might. But I thought,
what are the thousands of people that listen to us? What are they going to do?
There's more people than you think. All right. There's more people than you think. We're very, very important. So
people are really active. Actually, it's Black Friday. People are not going to be able to go shopping, right? Because of all the COVID restrictions.
So we might have to do like an hour-long serious show about gratitude and Thanksgiving. So I'm pulling you a card, each of you. Who wants to go first?
Oh, I'll go first.
Yeah,
I'll go first. All right, I'm pulling you a card.
I was going to be gracious. Scott,
Scott, trust your intuition. It's time to stop seeking advice from others and go inside instead. You know what's best for your body, mind, and spirit. Sit in meditation, walk in the woods. Ask yourself what you need and listen. Tune into your inner guidance. When you get a gut reaction, honor it. You have the answer, and it's safe to trust yourself. Everything you need is already inside you.
I like it.
That's your card for the day. Meg, your wife loves these. Your wife loves these cards.
What are these?
I'm sure she does.
They're called Crazy Sexy Love Notes, and they're messages from your wise and inner fabulous self. And I pick one every single day. I could read mine. I got "You Are Loved" today.
Oh, that's short compared to the one you just read for Scott.
No, it's just called "You Are Loved."
Oh, so okay.
You are enough just as you are, and you are loved. If you don't have a model for love, imagine yourself as a child. Perhaps you have a favorite picture of yourself as an adorable, Scott MacGregor, 5-year-old. Look into your own sweet eyes and acknowledge just how special you are. That child inside still needs your tenderness, and so does the adult you. Please don't abandon yourself. Instead, tap into the ocean of love inside. Very interesting.
Love is important.
All right, Allie Fisher, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Which one is she going to get?
I feel like I'm on Jeopardy or something.
I know, right?
Ooh,
I love this one. I've gotten this one a couple times. Invite your fears to tea. Fears aren't facts. Often, they're just scary thoughts or feelings. Instead of judging your fears, invite them to tea. Offer them a cookie and have a chat. Listen to what they have to say. When we're courageous enough to be with what scares us, we receive powerful wisdom.
I have that conversation with myself regularly, I have to say.
Well, then this was
fitting. I'm invited to have a cookie. Maybe that's a good one. It's important. It's about controlling what you can control, right? Which I think we all talk about. I know you and Annie and I talk about this a lot.
Control the controllables, we used to say.
So Annie, let's run a contest here real quick.
Okay.
So we've written 3 books on gratitude. So the first person that puts either what the series is or the most current book, which came out on Veterans Day, in the chat, we'll send them a People Over Everything mug. This is US only, so I'm not spending like $90 to send it to Canada. So,
I thought Allie was rushing to look what the book was going to be.
So anyone who wants to jump in, what the series of books are called, or the most current book that just became available. Coffee mug.
Oh, Andrew, wins.
Q.
Oh,
So
And
a
he's
bonus, Q, if you can name what's the name of the book that just came out on Veterans Day? We'll give you a black and white coffee mug.
I'm sitting on my hands, so I don't write the answers.
I was going to say, is he Googling?
We'll say.
What are you doing? Too slow.
I'm impressed.
All right.
Can you repeat that?
What's that?
What's the
Can
name
you
of the
repeat
book
that,
just
Melody
came out,
said?
the Standing O book that just came out. Scott's book that
The
just
third in the
The
series.
third one.
All about gratitude.
all of them are all about gratitude, which I find very.
You know what? I didn't even realize that they were.
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
I didn't even realize that. But.
I totally
That's so
did.
funny.
I was like, man,
Wow.
just behind you.
Oh,
Um,
so disappointing, people.
it is, and I feel like, keep us safe. Lots of people worrying about what's happening. Keep the faith. Thank you. Howard is a good contributor.
Yeah.
I guess no one knows the name of it. Will you send me a mug?
Here. Oh, other way.
Other
There you
way.
go.
He gets very confused. Standing O
I
salute.
do.
I know
Book
it's
of
the reverse
Gratitude
with these.
for life lessons from Scott MacGregor.
Standing O salute.
Yeah.
Standing O salute. Someone else guessed. I better look them up. Someone else guessed Standing O. Steve Bueller guessed Standing O. So that was a fun little contest.
Yeah.
All right. Send Annie Leib your mailing address and we'll
Message
get you
me, Andrew.
coffee.
Are we calling him Q? Is that his name?
Q. Yes.
Well,
I love Q.
for one, had a great time chatting with you guys today about what's important, and that certainly is gratitude and each other. And I am very grateful to be on the team and just to be a part of building something amazing. And what I was saying from the beginning was that sometimes it takes a lot of motivation to get up in the morning and do what we do every day. And I think leaning into your team members and leaning into, whether it's personally or professionally, leaning into your family, leaning into your friends for support. And that's why we get on those calls every day. It's not just to play Russian roulette, which is, it's to play our games and to laugh and have our fun. But it's also really important to be motivated by one another and build the team and lean into each other. So that was my sort of final little wrap up statement.
Yes, that was your very first question, right? What motivates people to stay on track during difficult times? Which I don't think we answered. That would have been my answer, though. I think it's leaning on team.
Yes, we are great, though. That's good. Sorry, Francisco, that you missed our contest. We'll have another one next. Maybe we'll have
another one. There are more contests
to give away.
Howard asked, are they on Kindle? I don't know. Are they the books?
Not yet, but very soon. Probably.
It's a good question because a lot of people want to.
Right.
I am Kindle.
Yeah.
So thank you for that question, Howard. They should be soon. Let's not talk about that. But okay, so everybody's good. We're good. It was a great show. It was fun to chat with you about something new, and we will
have a safe Thanksgiving. If you
love you guys,
venturing out, be safe.
See you guys.
Everybody.
Over and out.
Over and out. Peace.
Bye.